Liverpool moved fast in the transfer market as soon as the season was over, before that even. And so we bought in Frimpong, and looks like we're spending big. Kerkez, Wirtz, Rafael Leao. We seem to be steamrolling this transfer market. There's clearly a plan to go really bold, really upgrade the team. We may be losing Diaz. And so this article here on the BBC got my attention, and I thought I'll read it with you. Should we do that? Let's do it. Wirtz and Kerkez next. Yes, please. Why Liverpool are spending big. So it's an extremely quiet transfer window for Liverpool last summer, with Federico Chiesa the only immediate signing. I wonder if that was the club thinking, okay, we're on a good path by that point with Slot. We were doing very well. Why rock the boat? Also, let's just see if that's a honeymoon period and if Slot will drop off in the second half of the season. If Liverpool will start losing. You don't want to invest too much, right? Until you know that your new manager is the real deal. Maybe it's a little bit of that. Now we know he's the real deal. We know this Liverpool team is the real deal. And maybe we're learning from past, I don't know if it's a mistake, but we didn't invest crazy heavily after Klopp won us the league, did we? And maybe it's, well, we don't want another 3-4 years of, fighting for top 4. Let's really make sure that we take that next step forward. Let's read on. But despite the lack of additions, the Reds cruised to the Premier League title. It still makes me smile every time I read something like that. So we've bought in Frimpong, 29.5 million. That could prove to be an absolute steal. It really could be. Wirtz coming in for around 110. I think it's going to go higher than that because Leverkusen are holding out for their 150, right? And that's about 130 million. So let's expect to pay closer to that. And we're in talks for Kerkez between 45 and 50 million. And for a proven left back who is already one of, if not the best left backs in the Premier League, and he's only 21, that is a bargain in this market. After seeing his side close out their title-winning campaign with a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace at Anfield, Slot reflected on the club's lack of transfer business last summer. I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. We did things differently, Slot said. Apart from signing Chiesa, we didn't do a lot, so that makes it even more special. It is a special title win, but let's not rely on having such a huge amount of luck with fitness of our players. Injuries. We didn't really have any injuries, not to our main players. Let's not rely on luck to see us over the line again. Because if we had a little bit of bad luck and we had some injuries, Salah, let's say Diaz was on the sidelines for a while, Van Dijk. Gosh, if we lost McAllister, Gravenberg, I think we would have been in some trouble there. It will be just as tough or even tougher next season because the clubs we've competed with this season have always in every window invested a lot of money and they will probably do so this summer as well. We just want good players. Ideally, you sign them as soon as you can, but it is not always easy. We signed Frimpong as soon as we could. We are trying. I'm sure the club is doing everything it can for Kerkez and Wirtz. Negotiations take time. You have to accept that, right? You have to. There's no point lacking patience when the club and Slot have shown they have things under control. Keep the faith. We believe in Slot. So the arrival of Wirtz and Kerkez would take Liverpool's summer spending, don't know why I did summer, but it is a summer spending to around 180 million already. Liverpool have been outside of the top 10 spenders on player transfers, signings, since 2019. We've been frugal, and yet we still won the league. but their model is a classic case of being smarter rather than bigger, says football finance expert Kieran Maguire. Cheers, Kieran. They certainly have the capacity to spend 200 million, but whether that fits their model is another matter. And you have to say, that's true. We have bought wisely. You could say Nunez was a flop. But other than that, the players we buy do well. Chiesa, no, but he was cheap. We got him for hardly anything, really, in terms of the market, relatively speaking. You know what I mean. So, Kerkez, left back. Wirtz, anywhere across the top. More likely a number 10. But he can play left. He can also play false 9. We already have Frimpong for the right. I think we need another centre defender. Konate gets injured for a long period of time. We only have Kwanzaa, really. Who could depart in the summer of change? Well, Darwin Nunez needs to go. He does. I really like the guy. I've wanted him to succeed so badly, but he just hasn't. And he really should be going. Luis Diaz. It's a tough one, isn't it? You can see his quality. No one else dribbles like him in our team. The way he takes on players from that left-hand side, cuts in. He also does a good attempt at playing a kind of number 9, false 9, poacher type player. But he's only scored 13 goals last season, which just isn't enough. We need more from him. But it looks like Diaz may be moving. He may be on his way to Barcelona. I'll cover that in another video today. But Nunez needs to be sold. How much we can get for him remains to be seen. But we need to freshen up that attack, like Danny Murphy says here. And one of them is Rafael Leao. I made another video on that. Go check the channel and watch that one. And I'm sure we'll be talking about that more if a story has legs, if it looks like we really are in for him, which would be exciting. But is he just Diaz 2.0? We'll find out. And Harvey Elliott. Poor kid. I like Harvey Elliott a lot. I like his attitude. I really want him to succeed, but I just don't think he's in Klopp's plans. Klopp. I still miss the guy. I don't think he's in Slot's plans, and I don't think he fits the team. He hasn't got the pace to play on the right-hand side as a deputy for Salah. He hasn't got the strength and the work rate and the tackling ability and the presence to play in a midfield 3. I just don't know where he plays in this team, unfortunately. And so, for his sake, probably more than even ours, he should probably move to another club where his passing ability, his game reading ability, his drifting between the lines is required more than in our team. We have too many other players that can do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Do check the other videos on my channel. Tiny channel, tiny number of views. Help me grow. Let's do this together. See you later. Bye.